Archangels, the Bible does not give a physical description of archangels, unlike seraphim, cherubim, and ophims, right? It gives a very much detailed on what they look like. But scriptures never describe their exact appearance. But what we know from the Bible is archangels appear mostly human-like in their forms when they are interacting with people, right? For example, Michael in scriptures, Daniel 10-5, likely describing an angelic involved in the same encounter, is described like this. I actually think that they're describing Gabriel, but they're both the same, right? It says Gabriel appears like a man dressed in linen, or Michael, body shining like polished bronze, right? Just shiny bronze, right? Face like lightning, which is basically bright white light. Eyes like flaming torches, and a voice that sounds like of multitude, right? That's the physical description that they were given to them, right? They appear humanoid only in the sense that they have 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 eyes. They have our symmetrics, right? Bronze, tan, wearing clothes. So you would assume that it was some type of, human anatomy there, right? But as far as the face and the eyes and the sound, just, supernatural all across, right? And here's another fun fact as well that kind of threw me off. I didn't know this, right? Archangels are not described as multi-winged creatures at all. In fact, they're not described as having wings, period. There's no halo. There's no wings described on these archangels at all. And I always, picture them as, Michael, wings with swords, stuff like that. That's not how the Bible describes them. If they do have wings, they left that detail out, right? So we'll see one day down the road, right? So the next type of angel we encounter, right, is the more common type of angels that are referred to specifically as messenger angels, right? They're all through the Bible. And the word in Hebrew is malak, right? I'm working on my Hebrew here. And basically it means messenger, ambassador, one sent with a message, right? In the Old Testament, the word malak can also refer to as a human messenger, which is important to note, a divine messenger. So it covers a lot. So sometimes it leaves a little bit of ambiguity in there, but when you read them in the whole context, it seems to be that it's a angelic messenger or some type of supernatural messenger, not just a random dude showing up being called a messenger, right? Perfect example is Genesis 19. The angels who visit Lot are called Malikim, right? Plural, so multiple messengers, right? But when you move into the New Testament, the word translate from Malak to Greek translates to angelos, right? And then that means messenger or envoy. And then it translates from angelos to angel in English. So that's where we get the term angels all over the place. And so when I look back on the translations, if that held true, then it would say that basically an arch messenger was what this was called. So archangels might not be the exact same translation, but again, it's only mentioned one time in the Bible as an archangel, right? So, and again, these always usually appear in human form. And in fact, they're indistinguishable as humans at first, and they don't seem to scare people when they show up. It's like, hey, we're a messenger here, we're doing this. Sometimes they appear radiant, sometimes they appear glowing, but most of the time, they just look like us, right? Examples of some messenger stuff was Gabriel announcing Jesus' birth, angels visiting Abraham, angels at Jesus' tomb, that type of stuff.
Subscribe now and turn on notifications to join us on this extraordinary journey into the unknown.